All right, so this video is on the final product for the art project, for the scavenger hunt art project. So you will have a total of 12 slides for your scavenger hunt. Each slide needs to be in the style of the artist. So what does this mean? I'm going to go, so here is my example, maybe. Okay, come on. Thank you. Okay, so here is my example with Charles Schulz. If you notice, every slide looks like Charlie Brown's shirt. That was pretty easy for me to make. I've seen some other ones that are a lot more kind of complex. It can be simple, but each slide should be in the style of the artist. So it should kind of look like something that the artist made in a way. I did this in Google Drawings, and then I saved it as a picture, and I uploaded that picture as the background for each slide. So you can do that if you want, or if you know a different way, go right ahead. Okay, so also the background, remember, should not take away from the presentation itself. Like, you should be able to still read all the words, see all the pictures. Everything should kind of go together. And notice too, like the text, the type of sorry, the font that I used. I couldn't think of the word for font. The font that I used kind of looked like a comic type of writing, that type of thing. So slides 2 through 11 should have a one-sentence title or description so we know what we're looking at. So slide 1, it needs your first and last name, art section, name of the artist you're researching, and a picture. So if we go here to my slide, here's my slide 1. There's the picture of Charles Schulz. This is Miller. I'm in 8-1 apparently, didn't know that. And then the artist, Charles M. Schulz. Slides 2 through 4. Now you get to pick from here. You're going to pick you're going to pick 3 of these from the list. So you're not doing all of these. You are just picking something that you think you can find for your artist that would work. So those categories are a picture of a historical event that happened the year the artist was born. So for this, you'll need to do a Google search of historical events that happened that year to see what you can find, and then find a picture of it. A picture of something the artist uses to create their work, a picture of something that represents the type of artwork that the artist creates, a picture of something that represents the art time period the artist created in. Notice after each of these, I reference the page in your packet that you can find the answer, or you should be able to find the answer to that. A picture of something that inspired the artist, a picture of someone that taught the artist, a picture from the place the artist lived, a picture of the place the artist learned to become an artist, a picture of somewhere you can see the artist's work. So for my slides 2 through 4, put it on slideshow, make it fancy. All right, so you can see Schulz's Peanuts comics on TV with the animated holiday specials, like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and here's my picture of the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, on a TV. Comic strips like Popeye inspired Charles to draw comics. Charles and his father enjoyed reading the Sunday comics. And I have a picture of the Popeye comic. Schulz learned how to be a comic artist from a mail course through the Federal School of Applied Cartooning. And so I have a picture of Snoopy reading a letter at the mailbox. Okay, so those are my slides 2 through 4. Slide 5 needs to be a picture of one of the artist's pieces of artwork. So for my slide 5, I have this one of Lucy grabbing the football from Charlie Brown. Now, please be careful with some of your artists that you pick. If you pick Walt Disney, be careful to make sure that Disney created those characters and drew those things. Because, first of all, Disney, after a while, he had other animators drawing because he was into the theme park business and all of those things. And then he did die early on in the Disney movie making adventure or venture, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of the Disney movies were not made by Walt Disney. He had no hand in those movies. His name is on it, the brand is on it, but he had nothing to do with those. So please make sure it's actual artwork from Walt Disney himself and not one of the other animators that works for the Disney company. Through the years, we've had all kinds of people who have submitted pictures of, like, Belle, for instance. Well, Belle was Beauty and the Beast was made in the 90s, and Disney was long dead by that time. So he would not have had a hand in that creation. All right, so slide 6, a picture of the artist artwork. Slide 7, also a picture of the artist artwork. I only have one in my example. It's just an example. So it's not, don't take look at mine and say, well, you only have one. You need to follow this guide right here. Slide 8 is a picture of a similar artist's pieces of artwork or modification of the artist artwork that you researched. Okay, so my slide 6 here is a reproduction of Schultz's artwork with the 2015 Peanuts movie. So he did not make that. He died in 2000. Somebody else made that. So that's different than the type of things that he would have made. Then, and I only have one of those. Again, it's the same guidelines as the artwork there. Slide 9 is a picture of a similar piece of artwork or modification of the artist artwork that you researched. Slide 10 is a picture of something. Slide 10, you pick one. Okay, so slide 10, you pick one, and it says at the top, only pick one. A picture of something that represents how you feel about the artist artwork. A picture of something that represents how the artist artwork stands out to you. A picture of something that represents how the artist artwork is important to our lives today. Or a picture of something that represents why you picked this artist to research. So for mine, I was inspired to pick Charles M. Schulz because of the story I read about Schulz in this book when I was a teenager. So one of the very last stories of Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul was about a boy who could never kick a football. A boy that got rejected a whole bunch of times when he tried to submit his artwork to things. A boy that was told that he should not ever be an artist because he didn't really have any talent. That was Charles Schulz. And that story really kind of resonated with me when I was a teenager because I wasn't very good at a lot of things. At least I didn't think I was very good at a lot of things. Like I couldn't play sports very well. I didn't play an instrument. I didn't see myself as having very many talents. And so I read that story and I was like, wow. And he became so famous. So it kind of really inspired me that, you can be just okay at things and it's okay. So that really helped me out when I was a teenager. And then here is my artwork. So your last slide needs to be your artwork that you create. And I made that, which I was really proud of myself because I was like, how am I going to draw? So I'm not good. I'm not a drawer, but look at that. I thought that was pretty good. And then my 8-year-old was asking me to teach her how to draw that. And I was like, well, I just kind of looked at the picture and did it from the picture. I mean, it's not perfect. Look at Snoopy's doghouse. Snoopy's his feet are kind of hanging off the doghouse. But for me, that was awesome. All right. So once you get that done, and I have tips for inserting the picture of your artwork here. I also have steps for submitting your scavenger hunt through Nearpod because that's the next step, and there's another video about that. You do need to do this reflection piece, okay? So you're going to tell us how using detailed information for your research helped you make your scavenger hunt. What did you do for the layout of your slideshow that made it in the style of the artist you researched? How was your artwork you created a representation of the artist you researched? How did the images you chose for the scavenger hunt tell the story of the artist's life in a creative way? How did your research of the artist, along with the background knowledge of art techniques, help you to create your scavenger hunt? What was something that you could have done better for the project and why? What was the best thing you did for this project? So, and then here's your rubric. When you hand this in, please make sure you circled, I turned my project in on Nearpod, and if you didn't do the project, please put that because I do look and look around for your projects to see maybe I missed it or something, or maybe there was a misunderstanding. You really did do the project, you just didn't hit send or something when you handed it in on Nearpod. That will greatly help me. All right, so if you have questions, please ask, and we would be happy to help you.